Hello everyone, good day to you wherever you're watching from. My name is Oluwaseyi Fadari. So currently, I want to review the Fadea Expert Advisor for the month of December 2024, so that it will be able to help us to give an idea of what we're expecting in January 2025 and the rest of the year, months ahead. So currently, let me share my screen with you. Yep, so this is our review point of the EA. So let me start with from the extreme left. Okay, so currently the way the EA works is that after the installation of the EA begins to identify the highest point and the lowest point, and then is able to draw a midpoint price, which is the middle line, which is the halfway in between. So the idea is to help the market to be able to identify the direction, the first direction, and be able to take action towards the second direction. Okay. So if you look at here at the top position, this is for gold. Um, yeah, this is for gold. So you can see we have the high point. The high point price is 27.26, which was achieved on the 12th of December. And then we have the low point at 25.82, which is here, which was achieved on the 19th of December. So what this means is that by the time, if we are able to identify this highest point, then we'll be able to follow the trend as a sell downwards until it gets to this point. So we'll be able to make profit from this point at the beginning downwards till it gets to the next extreme. So if it's the same way, if it's the low that came first as well, then we'll be able to follow the trend until it gets to the highest extreme. So that is the plan. So the earlier dates we are able to identify the first extreme side, then the more easier for us to be able to predict the direction and be able to take the correct action as much as possible. So this is all this EA is all about. So it helps us to identify the first extreme as quickly as possible, and then we are able to use that extreme to take the next action to the other extreme. So as you can see here, this is for Euro USD. So Euro USD, the high price is 1.059. It was achieved on the 9th of December, and the lowest price side was achieved on the 28th of December. So which means from the high point here, which is the 9th of December to the 28th of December, we could have sold and we would have made profit from this point to this point at that time. So if we had followed this information, we would have been able to take a sell, place a sell from this point downwards till it got to this extreme. So that is Euro USD. AUD, JPY, you can see from the information here, the high price is on the 19th, the low price is also on the 19th. So both high and low were achieved on the same date. But let's look at the time. This was achieved at 18, which is 6 p.m. This was achieved at 1:51, which is 1 a.m. in the morning. So, which means the low came first, which is at this point, and then it went upwards to the highest point. So just like I explained earlier, this EA was not installed at the beginning of the month. So it was installed, I think, around the 10th or the 9th. So that's why we are having this variables as the extreme. Okay, so if it was at from the beginning of the month, probably the high price would have been around this side or whatever. Okay, so AUD USD, from this point you can see the high point was achieved on the 9th of December, and the low point was achieved on the 19th, which is at this point. on the 19th. But meanwhile, you can see that the price is still within the low range. So we would have made a sell call from this point downwards to this point. Euro AUD, you can see this is an uptrend. So you can see the low price was achieved on the 9th and the high price was achieved today, the 27th. Okay. Euro GBP, you can see up and down movement, but even as it is, you can see the low came first on the 19th and the high was achieved today, the 27th of December. Euro JPY, the low came first. So you can see after the installation, the price never came down again. So from the day the EA was installed, the market was uptrend even until today, the 27th of December. So that's Euro JPY. So the market has been an uptrend ever since the installation. GBP JPY, same thing, GBP JPY. After installation, the market has been an uptrend until the 19th of December. Until the 19th of December, the market had been an uptrend. GBP USD, the high price was achieved on the 9th and the low price was achieved on the 28th, so which is a downtrend. New Zealand USD, the high price was achieved on the 9th, the low price was achieved on the 19th. USD CHF, the low price was achieved on the 9th and the high price was achieved on the 19th. USD JPY, this as well, after the installation, it was an uptrend all the way until now. The high price was achieved on the 26th of December, which is just yesterday. AUD card also is a downtrend. The high price was achieved on the 9th and the low price was achieved today, the 27th. Card JPY also had been an uptrend since after installation. Euro card has been an uptrend. The low price was achieved on the 11th and the high price was achieved on the 18th. GBP card, the low price, so GB card, it was a downtrend. The high price was achieved on the 8th. Oh, sorry, it's an uptrend. The low price was achieved on the 16th and the high price was achieved on the 18th. USD card was an uptrend. The low price was achieved on the 9th and the high price was achieved on the 19th. New Zealand card is a downtrend from the picture. Let's look at the data. The high price was achieved on the 10th and the low price was achieved on the 27th, which is today. CHF JPY was an uptrend. The low price was achieved on the 12th and the high price was achieved today, the 27th. GBP AUD is an uptrend. The low price achieved on the 9th and the high price was achieved on the 19th. GBP New Zealand also is an high trend. The low price was achieved on the 10th and the high price was achieved on the 19th of December. Euro New Zealand also an uptrend. The low was achieved on the 9th and the high was achieved on the 27th, which is today. So all these for silver is a downtrend. The high price was achieved on the 12th and the low side was achieved on the 19th. And finally, for gold, it's a downtrend. The high price was achieved on the 12th at this point, and the low price was achieved on the 19th at this point. So you can see that from this information that we have here, the high and the low and the timing frame, it's able to help us to predict the direction of the market and also helps us to take a backup in case if it is the wrong side or the wrong direction. So using this information, we'll be able to quickly identify the market movements, and then we'll be able to take action towards the correct direction. So that is the plan and the concept and the logic of this EA. So ability to be able to identify the first extreme point, like in this example, this is the first extreme point, and then we'll be able to follow the trend all the way down to this point as a sell, or from this point all the way up as a buy, whichever comes first. So that is the plan of this EA, and that is how we want to use it to be able to predict the direction of the market consistently, accurately, and timely. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching our. So okay, so just like I said earlier, again, let me just do some few samples. So like in this now, we are going to reset it for the new month of January 2025. Okay, so we've also been able to identify. So in this instance, actually, it doesn't need to identify the prices. All we just need is just the trend lot size, as you can see here, and then the cap for it to take the beats. Well, the stop loss, the take profit, and that's all. You see, so all we just need more is just the trend lot, okay, and then every other thing activates itself effectively. So sorry. Yeah, so in this instance, I just changed it to 0.15 and I press OK, and then the market will restart itself effectively. So you can see all the lines now on a straight line. Okay, so from now on, it begins to measure the extreme, and then it begins to update itself on the system. So this one as well, just need to, you can see from this point, and then press OK, and then it restarts itself as well. Same thing as this one. You can see it restarts itself. So that's the way all of them are going to restart themselves afresh once the variable is set. Okay. Yeah. So you can see everything is starting afresh for the month of for January. Okay. So that's all. And thanks. It's nice having you around. So hopefully we'll also be able to follow the review updates of December and also for the year 2024. Thanks so much. Cheers and have a great year 2025 ahead. Bye.